Hello, lovely people. So, been doing a bit of looking on Facebook and stuff, and saw this video on there of this guy getting arrested just for the smell of air freshener in his room at a hotel. They were just about to leave anyway, 20 minutes till they had to leave. So he was like, I'll just put my cologne on to leave and that. And yeah, they like detained him, took him away and everything without even reading him his rights or telling him why he was being detained. And it's like all on video. And it was just like really sad to see because, well, the guy was black, so he was obviously being profiled. But then the cop, she was a black woman with a white guy, but both of them didn't know what they were doing. The guy that was being detained knew his rights and was so on point, and he was like, you must read me my rights, this is illegal what you were doing. He repeated himself many times. He wasn't aggressive or angry like that. He knew his rights and just kept repeating the same thing, and the police didn't know what they were doing, and they took him outside without any shoes on or anything. They were trying to get him in the car, but then he sat on the floor and he was like, no, I want to see not a manager, but supervisor. And it took him ages to get one out. And then the other cop that came, he was a black guy, but I think there was some other cops as well. So it was like over 4 cops, over like at least 2 vehicles, just to come because there was some smell. What the hell is actually going on? People are paying loads of taxes just for police to waste resources. And it says they're there to serve and protect. Well, it's not there to serve and protect us, the people. They're there to protect the 1%, Police force in the UK started, I think it was like in Victorian times, rich people didn't want to get robbed, basically, so they'd pay criminals to, like thugs and gangsters, to protect their stuff and look after their stuff. And or maybe it might have been before Victorian times, I'm not sure. Anyway, but then in America, things started as the slave patrol, and the KKK come out of that as well. So slavery was abolished. So even when slavery was abolished, these things were still happening. That mindset was still there. And if the police force started like that, no wonder they're so racist. And there was lots of different comments in the comment section, and some people just don't even know the history of police. And they're like, one guy was like, there's no systematic racism, where's the proof? Where's the proof? Especially in America, is it not proof enough how many black people, including children, are killed for no reason? No reason at all. And harassed, violated, stopped and searched for little reason, Also the fact of how many, black and brown people of colour are in prison in America for petty crimes, right? For crimes that white people wouldn't have gone there for at all. Do you know what I mean? And there's so many in there for that, and that messes up the whole life. And then they're stuck in that system again, and it's slavery. It's modern day slavery because they have, they make the inmates work, and even when they pay them, it's like 10p an hour, or I don't know, something ridiculous. Probably not 10p an hour, but it's loads lower. And it's not hard to see. And people are surprised that the system is this way. The system works perfectly for the 1%, the people that set up the system. The police are there to look after the riches of the rich and protect their stuff and keep us all in check, so we keep running around and earning them more cash. and struggling and fighting against each other and not even against the actual system itself or, you know, the powers that be. But what we can do is control ourselves. We can know our rights, well, the illusion of rights and the illusion of freedom, but we can know that and use it to our advantage. Knowledge is power, guys. So we've got to know our stuff, right? And, you know, so people can't push us around, whether they're police or not, you know? And remember to always stay calm. You know, whenever I've ever dealt with police, they, even when I've been the victim in something and a child at the time, they didn't show any love or compassion. Snarky they were, and looked down on me, and I didn't feel like they were there to protect me or help me at all. Only, you know, be rude and condescending, which made me very angry. I was a very angry teenager and child at times, and so I'd just lose myself, you know. And so yeah, we've got to know our rights, people, and also we've got to know our power. We have so much power, right, within. It's all there, our power. We are powerful beings. Don't let anybody take your power away, you know? And we do have control on how we respond to things. Don't react to things, respond to things. And, you know, when we keep ourselves in check, in line, and looking after our bodies, our minds, our souls, nourishing ourselves. We don't need them to nourish us. We don't need the system. We don't need anyone else. We need each other. But first we need ourselves, and we need to build that strength, you know, and stick together, man. Most of those police officers were black, and they're in that system, and like a lot of people said in the comments, their skin colour does not matter, their heritage does not matter. When they put on that badge and that suit, they're all one colour, blue. You know? And it's crazy because it started as, in America, as the slave patrol. The badge is exactly the same. Go look at it. It started in North Carolina. You can look on Wikipedia. There's pictures of the badges, and it's uncanny. So is it any surprise that the police force is racist in America? Well, it is here too, you know. And it's just funny how people try to deny some of the things that are going on. It's so out of touch, do you know? And I think they're living in America. Some of the people in the comments out of touch. I'm over here in the UK. I can see what is happening. People are dying. And then we can't say Black Lives Matter. You know? There's a good quote that I heard from someone, and he was saying, you know, I think he was a fireman, and he was saying, you know, when a house is on fire in the street, you don't put water on all the houses because all houses matter. Of course all houses matter, but the ones that need help and to stop from dying, then obviously in that moment they're, you know, that's the focus. And you need to come up against that, say, yes, we do matter, we do. And be empowered. The beautiful, original people of this earth, full of intuition and beauty and strength through our ancestors. And, you know, this is all built in within us, you know. And our ancestors have survived slavery. They got through that. You know, that strength is in our DNA. That stays within your DNA. And that, you know, so also we have to heal that trauma. We have to heal the trauma of the pains of our ancestors, no matter who your ancestors are. You know, we must heal that and learn to love more and love and accept ourselves and others also. You know, meditation is great for that. And we've got to heal those past traumas and also feel that power and take that power from our ancestors, and they're within us and they've got our back and they're watching over us. So, you know, we have the strength, we have the power. We've just got to equip ourselves with the tools and know our power, you know. And also another thing, you know, kind of ties in with this, you know, because there's a lot of racism going on and discrimination, especially in America. And with Trump, like, I come away from watching any news or anything because it weighs a lot, you know, and it's all just to bog us down so we're not rising up and we're all angry and confused and upset and fighting and arguing with each other. Fuck that shit, you know? Let's have proper conversations and challenge each other, yes, but we need to expand from that and evolve higher than petty arguments. Anyway, so yeah, so I watched the latest season of Orange is the New Black. So if you've not watched it yet, there might be some spoilers here, so you know. But yeah, it's such an amazing series, and I love how it speaks of so many different women's stories from different cultures and heritages and life and background. And you know, they're all in prison and seen as criminals, but they're all just humans. They're all just people doing things. Most people are criminals. Most people break the law. They just don't get caught for it. We might even not even know when we're breaking the law, because who knows all the laws of the laws of the laws. And so many of these women have had struggle and stuff to get through, but they're all just human, and you know, they're just doing the best in that situation for that time. But anyway, so in this latest season, it shows a lot of the women being detained to be deported back to their own countries, or sometimes it's not even their own countries. They were born in America or have lived in America their whole life or most of their life and been a part of that, and then they just get chucked away, you know, and they don't have any rights when these people are detained. It's like prison, except they don't have the right to a lawyer. They don't have the right to a free phone call. They have to pay for all these things, but then they've got no... Sometimes they might not have anything on them, any money or anything, when they get put. And then they've just been snatched in there, so their family don't even know where they are. Another bit they showed is kids having law cases on their own, no lawyer and no parents. And the judge is saying to them, do you understand what's going on? And even if they said, yeah, they don't understand. They are babies. Why are there even borders? Why are... You know, we're all part of this earth. It is all our land that we share, and we need to start acting like it. How the fuck can anyone even own land? God owns the land. God owns everything. So to even think that we can own anything is so egotistical, and it's a mental illness, like the Native Americans used to say, and that's why their land got taken, because that wasn't a concept to them to own land. You know, we're part of the land. We're one with that. There's no ownership. There's no separation. It's all illusion. Oh, but yeah, some of these points, like Orange is the New Black, is great for showing topics and things that are actually happening. But obviously, it's it's not totally fictional, because it's built on memoirs by Piper. I can't remember her last name now. But yeah, Piper, the main character in it, is a real person. Well, not the actress, but, well, she's a real person too. But yeah, it's based on the memoirs of this woman who was actually in prison. So I feel like some of the stories maybe are true, and a lot of the topics are actual issues that are going on. Okay? And I was so shocked to see what's happening to these people. Families ripped apart. People have gone through horrible lengths to leave horrible situations to come to a country that treats them like shit. How can we even call ourselves humans with that lack of compassion, that lack of humanity? How far out of touch do we have to be to find this acceptable? To judge and condemn others and choose their fate when we have no knowledge or inner standing or understanding, overstanding of anyone's lives or anyone's reasons for why they do what they do. You know, we're all just trying to get by. We're all working, doing our best with the tools that we have been given. You know? And I feel, you know, it's difficult with social media and stuff. It's great because we can share all this stuff and we're our own reporters now. Everyone's got a phone. We can just show each other what the hell is happening and the wool can't be pulled over our eyes. But also that's being used against us. And, you know, this media is still out there controlling the people. So we need to wake up and we can't ignore what's going on. We must see it and have awareness, but also not let that bog us down too much, because then we're playing into it. We need to know our strength and know our power and know that the righteous, the goodness, the wholeness, the holiness, the divinity in the world will always prevail. And if we keep a whole, open, loving, compassionate heart that is strong and helps ourselves and each other's to elevate and evolve, you know, we cannot be broken. We just need to get stronger in every sense, you know. That's why veganism is great as well, because when, you know, whole foods, when we're eating these amazing natural foods in their rawest form, okay, cook some things, but try and get things as close to the natural as possible, which is hard to do. I don't always do it. But when I'm on that, I'm functioning at a lot higher level, and it's like, pew, 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 you know? We are magnificent beings, and if we just utilize what we've got and honor God and showing him our strength and thanking him for the strength he has given us and utilizing it to its maximum ability, wow, there's no holding us back, you know? There's so much more of us than there is of the powers that be that set the system that we're, I don't want to say fighting against, because resistance makes stronger, okay? So we must accept what is happening. Doesn't mean we have to like it or agree with it, but we accept things is like it is how it is. Things are as they are. But then know our power to change things and have an influence and, you know, do our best to create a better world for ourselves and everyone, you know? And we can't be too quick to judge some of the people that we see as the oppressors, because a lot of those are victim in the system too, and they've just been raised and ingrained with these mindsets. Even the police force, that's ingrained within them to think that way, you know? And everything's so intricate and complex and has been happening through time and interweaving that we can't fully understand everything, the complexity of it all, and where things started or how things have got to that level. Like, each person's so intricate and complex as it is, let alone the billions of us all on the earth trying to get along together, and all the land and animals and everything else as well. You know, so we've got to know that we're all one. Nothing is disconnected. You know, that's separation is illusion. We're all one together. So show compassion for others, because they're a little part of you as well. So you gotta understand that. You gotta see people on their level, and when we show love and compassion and understanding, then we can start keying into those things and healing ourselves and the world. But while we're judging and resenting and anger and hatred, it's not going to get any of us anywhere. That's why I stopped just slagging off Donald Trump and all that. And yeah, recently I've had some feelings of like, I just want to punch the dude or more. But then it's like, no, that's not serving me. Holding on to that. I'm holding on to all this anger, resentment. It tenses all our body up. Dis-ease manifests. Then what can we do with dis-ease? Nada. So we must be strong, we must be healthy, we must empower ourselves and connect with as many people as possible in a productive way. You know? Can't see things as positive or negative, you know, everything's just different frequencies that we're tuning into, so we raise our frequency and we'll elevate the whole consciousness of the world just by helping ourselves raise our frequency. And that buzzes, right? It's infectious. All your friends, they'll be raising their frequency. Your family, even if you've not seen them that much, we're all connected and it happens. I've experienced it. I go visit someone and, you know, they're looking into some extra spiritual things or some more vegan things and that. And it's like, we don't know the influence and effect we have on people anywhere. We don't know who could be listening or watching, and we've all got these platforms, so we've got to be careful in what we're saying and, you know, have purpose there in what we're saying, and just try and stay true as possible. And obviously we're all developing and changing constantly, so it's okay to change our minds or change our views, our opinions. It's healthy to do that. We're all growing and evolving constantly, every single second. So yeah, if we've got time to slag someone off, then, you know, we're not really utilising our time properly, are we? And, you know, we all slag people off, I do too sometimes, but we got to look a bit deeper and ask ourselves some questions as to why people do the things they do, or, you know, have some understanding there. Even if we don't want to necessarily hang out with them or whatever, we can still have that overstanding, you know. So yeah. So I looked into a bit as well about Rastafarianism yesterday, and that was, you know, because I was watching some Bob Marley videos. True revolutionary, man. All the revolutionaries, they take them away, but they last forever in their words and their music and their heart. It lives on. And through their children. Damian Marley, yes, man. Seeing him live, oh, it lifted me up. I was in that room with Marley, Essence. Wow. Right? So we are revolutionaries of our time. Now is our time. Take our power. Elevate each other, you know? And I love that about Rastas. In fact, I'm sorry I said Rastafarianism because they're not in isms. Rastafari. So, yeah, Rastas, they're eating all ital, right? Ital is vital. So that is all pure natural things coming into your body, you know? No GMOs, no pesticides, no dead animals, you know? Living that wholesome goodness that feeds you and nourishes you and keeps you connected to God even more. Yes, I felt it, I know it. You know? And the way they speak is not to put people down, so they don't say understand, they say overstand, innerstand, you know? Instead of saying we, I and I. Because we're all one, I. And I for God. Jah. You know? So I just think like, yeah, well, listening to Bob Marley's words when he was speaking, and, you know, He said the revolution will be telepathic. So we need to eat wholesome and elevate our levels, because I know we're powerful humans, and if a phone can send a text through waves, and we send waves anyway, we can be telepathic. We just need to evolve. They're stopping us from evolving by polluting everything, feeding us shit that's not nourishing us, and, you know, ridiculing anyone that's on that level. But, you know, times are changing and people are rising and people becoming more spiritual. We all need to be spiritual. We're all spiritual. We're all have spirit inside. That is our essence. We need that connection to that, or we're going to be looking for gambling or drinking or whatever to fill that void. The void is filled with love and light and holy divinity, right? And the Rastas know that God is within us all. A piece of God is within us all. We're all part of that, you know? You know, I've been learning a bit more about Islam as well, and I love their philosophy of, like, not Muslim philosophy of, well, the word Muslim means to submit all your achievements to God. So, like, everything you do isn't you, it's God through you. So you can't be big-headed and all that stuff. And it's good to know to be humbled, to be humble, you know? And then it stops you hating on yourself or others, because it's all in God's plan. It's all the divine synchronicity of the universe, you know? So if we're not so good at something, it's because it's God's will. But if we're great at something, that's also God's will. So, you know, and we can utilize that more and serve more by enhancing those and being grateful, you know? But never back down, and know your power. And however you want to be spiritual, even if it doesn't have to be related to religion or anything like that. Like, for me, I feel I have my own connection with God, my own connection, and I feel free to be able to say that now. I used to be scared to say the word God, fear of being ridiculed, you know. But we need to know that there's something that connects us all, and there's something greater than ourselves to humble us. We are mere humans. We're also amazing divine beings. But everything in life is far too complex for us to even begin to comprehend. So don't waste time on that. Spend time on loving more, discovering yourself more. When we discover ourselves more, we get closer to God anyway, so, you know. But everyone needs something spiritual, whether it's just going out into nature, meditating, looking within, showing gratitude and appreciation, just stopping to admire the butterflies or that flower that's so beautifully perfect. Everything is created with purpose. And everything knows its purpose. Apart from humans, we're a little bit lost, so that's why we need to get closer to God. Okay? And not condemn others, because you don't know. Only God knows. And, you know, Muslims know this. So yeah, I'm learning lots from different ways, and, you know, tie it together. But a lot of Islam does resonate with me, you know, and I feel like that's probably because it's in my DNA, you know. And even at school, when I learn about Islam, it's always stuck with me. Islam means peace and submission to God. So that's, you know, surrendering to the unknown in the universe, you know, and peace. So people talking about ISIS or any of that shit, they're not Muslim, because Islam means peace, you know. So, you know, most Muslims are peaceful, amazing people, you know. They're charitable, clean and respectable, and family, you know, they're like family, loving and supportive of each other, you know. Modest, not just in, you know, what they wear. Modest in actions, not boastful, humble, These are beautiful traits, you know, beautiful. So yeah, I'm just looking into spirituality even more now. So I thought about raising consciousness. Now I'm like looking at different ways of different people and seeing what resonates with me, you know. So, well, that was a lot of stuff. So I'm going to end the video now because that's lots of different things we talked about. But I'm going to be doing more stuff like this that's, you know. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate your time and your support. You know, knowledge is power, so get out there, learn as much as you can, learn from different angles, all sides, but don't just trust the facts, the figures. That what is your heart telling you? What is your intuition telling you? What does your soul tell you is true? Because we have stuff built into our DNA and we know, and your stomach, your gut tells you. So listen to yourself, get in tune, get aligned, get in nature, get this whole foods, tune your antennas, bloop, 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 and be receiving that awesomeness. So yeah, I believe in you guys, and you know, let's support and elevate each other, love each other more and more. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe down below. I really appreciate, and share with people. And yeah, if you any comments, I really appreciate them. So yeah, thanks guys. Love you lots. Peace.